What's up, guys? Welcome to lesson 2.7, translations and reflections. All right, let's do it. So here it says the vertices of figure RSTV are 2, 4, 4, 3, 4, -2, and 1, -2. Now it says graph the figure and its reflection over the x-axis. So first let's go ahead and graph this guy. Draw out a graph like this and like this. Oops. Doesn't have to be pretty. Doing my best. Okay, so the highest it goes, look, I'm trying to figure out how to make this graph. The highest it goes is 4. The lowest it goes is -2 on the y-axis. So we got plenty of room. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say this is 4. Go 1 and -2 down here. And then for the x-axis, we go to, on the x part, we go to 4 and 1. It's all positive. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Put this in. All right, let's go ahead and put these points in. So first we got 2, 4. Now I'm going to do it in another color. Let's do it in green. We got 2, 4. We got 4, 3. We've got 4, -2 down here. And we got 1, -2 down here. Okay, so it's basically like this. Oops. Again, you know what, I'm gonna undo that. That was really crooked. So we're gonna do it like this, like this, like this, and like this. All right, so there's a quadrilateral. Now, how do we graph a reflection? Basically, what we're doing is these y values aren't changing. Because think about this y-axis as literally as a mirror. So we want a reflection across the other side of that mirror. So how does that work? Well, let's think about it like this. This value is here. Again, the y value doesn't change. It's going to be a reflection right here. This point over here, way down at 4, is going to be at the same place on the y-axis, but a reflection. So basically, we're changing the sign of the x-coordinate. So here, the x-coordinate is +4. Here it's -4. Here we are at 2. So here we go to -2. And here we are at oh, sorry, whoops, that was -3. But that meant to be -2. And here we are at -4 and all the way down here. And that's the gist of it. We get a nice little drawing like this. And there you go. Now we got our reflection over the y-axis. Let's go ahead and move on to the final question, number 14. Triangle QRS has vertices 1, -1. 5, -3, and 3, 2. The vertices of the image of this guy, Q prime, this is kind of like a, QRS. These are all the reflections. Q prime, 1, 1, R prime, 5, 3, and this guy, or sorry, not of the reflections, of the translations. So it says identify the transformation as a translation or reflection. I guess we don't know. So we're gonna have to figure it out. My assumption is translation. So let's go ahead and take a look. So we're going to draw this out like this. Now, let's do our first points, and I'm going to do the first points in green. I'll do the other ones in blue. Let me kind of set this up here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the negatives, right? We'll say -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's start with the initial drawing here. We got Q is 1, -1 right here. We got 5, -3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, right? Because that is negative, just to make it clear. This is -3 down here, -2, and that's -1. So we've got our 2 points, and then the last one is 3, 2. So again, we count 3 on the x-axis right here, and then up to 1, 2. So there is our first image. So the question is what we are drawing here, these values, is this a reflection or translation? Translation is just like a movement. It's like a shift or a slide, something like that. A reflection is across an axis. So now let's take a look. Let's just graph these up. I actually don't know. So we got 1, 1 right here. We've got 5, 3, 5, and 3 right here. And we got 3, -2, 3, -2 right here. So let's go ahead and graph it. Okay, so to me, that looks like actually, it kind of looks like a reflection across the x-axis, so I stand corrected. And the way we can check that is, again, with a reflection across the x-axis, just like when we had the reflection across the y-axis, the points on, as far as the x points, the x coordinates, they don't change, they're stagnant, but the y values will swap signs. So let's look at q and q prime. X stays the same, but the y's are opposites. This one is 1, this one is -1, so that makes sense. For the r, we got the x stays the same, but the y's are opposites, -3, +3, that makes sense. And the s's, we've got the x's are the same, 3, 3, but the y's are the opposite, 2, -2. So in fact, I just kind of looked at it and made a guess. I was wrong, and that can totally happen, but now I graphed it out and I can see, of course, yes, this is a reflection over the x-axis, and done.